My name is Mike Patino. I'm the owner of Safety First Home Inspections. Up to date, my company has done close to 700 home inspections. And as of recently, I'm going to show you guys, I became a certified, if you can see that, the green screen. I just became a certified master inspector. And prior to doing inspections, I have over 10 years of experience in the construction industry. I also have experience as a real estate investor as well. So my goal on this webinar is to, educate you guys looking to get into the home inspection business. I've been a licensed inspector for about just under 3 years now, and I built a 6-figure business, and I want to share with you guys what's worked for me. I know you guys have, I'm just reading the comments, sorry. Hi, Mike, your interview with MG helped me so much. Thank you so much, Maya. I really appreciate that. So my goal tonight is to add value, to share with you guys what's worked for me, what hasn't worked. We'll take it from there. So in regard to the home inspection side of things that I'm going to cover, because there's many lanes in real estate, whether you're a real estate agent, mortgage broker, home inspector like myself, real estate investor, there's a lot of ways to go about it. So I'm going to cover the inspection side and the investing side. I'm just going through these comments right now. I just want to make sure I'm acknowledging everyone. Hello, everybody. Woodley, Michelle, Terry, Emmett. Great. Okay. I got into the home inspection business a little under 3 years ago. And what I ended up doing is I ended up networking, and I didn't really have a strategic plan. My whole thing was ready, shoot, aim, and I'll figure it out later. But luckily, after you do close to 700 inspections, you build a format that works, and you learn what doesn't work, what does work. In my case, there's two things to become a home inspector that's extremely important. One is education, and two is adding value. So even though I have over 10 years of experience in the construction industry as a contractor, I was a union carpenter. I didn't just take the home inspection course and just start going out there doing inspections, because in this industry, it's very, very easy to lose your reputation overnight because you mess something up at the expense of a home buyer. So I cannot stress that enough. Education is extremely important, whether it's going into the field, shadowing contractors, reaching out to plumbers, electricians, picking their brains. I mean, there's so much information in the construction field alone. I definitely think that, those avenues definitely should be mastered before you start going into the field, because, just like any business, if you don't know what you're doing, that word's going to spread even faster than you doing a good job. Hello, Janet. I'm just checking in real quick.
Yep. I didn't want to cut you off, but yeah, we are ready to go. You're live on Facebook
Okay.
now. Feel free to begin your presentation. Earners, let us know you're ready in the chat. Let's feel that energy. I hope you guys have your pens and pads or you're ready to take some notes. So let's do this.
All right. So I'm just going to do a quick intro for those who are just logging in now. My name is Mike Patino. I'm the owner of Safety First Home Inspections. In under 3 years, my company's done close to 700 inspections. I recently became a certified master home inspector. Certificate is right here. And prior to doing inspections, I was a licensed contractor and a union carpenter, and I have over 10 years of experience in the construction industry. I also have experience in the real estate investment field. I've been a part of a few real estate transactions as a real estate flipper. So I've basically seen every aspect of a property that you can imagine, from top down, inside and out. And I wanted to, dive into the home inspection industry as well as real estate investing, because they both go hand in hand. And what I've learned from doing, close to 700 inspections so far is there's two things that's going to make you last as a home inspector. One is your knowledge, your education, and you adding value, whether it's to your client, to your referral partners. And those are the two biggest things that you have to make a priority at all times, because in the real estate industry in particular, if you don't know what you're doing and you make a mistake, that's now at the expense of your client, which would typically be the home buyer. And just like any business, if you do wrong by someone, that word's going to spread even faster than doing right by someone. And what I've learned is to educate my audience. So on Instagram, I have over 500 videos of content, And there's not one video of me trying to get someone to hire me to do their home inspection. And I feel like the fact that I'm not soliciting my audience and asking for business is a value add itself. We just got a question. From Monte Brown, will you need to be certified? Will you need to be certified, and what is the cost? Just need a little more details on that question. Certified to be a licensed home inspector?
Now, Mike, do you want them to raise their hands and then you can interact that way, or how it doesn't matter to you?
Whatever is easier for you guys.
Okay.
If you want them to raise their hand first, either or.
Mike, if you Monte Brown, if you want to elaborate and raise your hand, feel free to do that, or just put it in the chat.
Yeah. So as a home inspector, the biggest thing is to add value. So in this case, a lot of my referral partners are real estate agents, mortgage brokers, things like that. So what I do once a month is I would host workshops. I also do this for home inspectors as well. I host workshops where I bring them to a vacant property and we do a full walkthrough top to bottom, and I teach them everything there is to know through the eyes of a home inspector. So guess what? When those realtors are showing houses, they're more knowledgeable about, GFCI outlets, smoke detectors, things like that. And they're not just, excuse me, they're not just pointing out the kitchen countertops and things like that, because reality is you don't need a realtor to do that. But when you educate and you add value and you help your referral partners grow their business, it's going to come back tenfold without a doubt. So I can't stress that enough. And
so you would recommend that a realtor learn how to inspect the house, even just like the basics, right?
100%, because the more that the realtors know, the more the realtors know from your workshop, the more business they will conduct, and the more you're going to get hired, and the more they're going to refer you out to other realtors in their office. So it's kind of like a trickle effect. And up to this point, everything I do is all word of mouth. And that's just because, I don't show up asking for business. I don't show up asking to get hired. I like to have my referral partners achieve their goals, and naturally it just comes back full swing.
How long would it take to get to the point where you can actually inspect the house? I know you have that walkthrough at a vacant home, but how long do you think it takes for someone to be a good inspector? If that makes sense.
That's a great question. So here, so every state is different. Here in New York, you have to complete a 5-module course, and the 5th module is actually in the field. It's 40 hours of actual inspections. Now, my personal opinion, I personally didn't think 40 hours was enough to learn everything about a house, especially when you're you're in a group with 20 other people and you're in a living room that's 10 by 15 feet. You're not going to hear the instructor, in my opinion. So I would say after you get actually licensed, you should definitely shadow, whether it's a contractor, a plumber, electrician. And then another part of it is practicing the software to write your reports, because you don't want to practice that on a live inspection for the first time, because once again, you want to eliminate any mistakes at your clients. So to answer that question, it really depends on your background. If you have a background in construction, the difference between certain framing components, roof rafters, joists, things like that. I mean, it does help, but if you're brand new and you don't know anything, I would say a decent amount would probably be 5 to 6 months of just education, because once you start doing inspections, and if you're as active as I am and you're constantly networking, your business will grow pretty rapidly. And you want to be prepared for when that happens, when you're continuously doing right by people.